I gotta try the HEDD D1 over at Egghead, and I liked it enough that I actually went back a couple more times just to give it another listen. Let's get straight to the sound. How was it? I'd say it's smooth with just a touch of sparkle in the highs, but it's done tastefully. In fact, it reminded me of the Sennheiser HEDD 600 running off a really expensive tube amp that I heard many years ago. The tuning is excellent overall. The bass extends nicely, the mid-range sits right where it should, not recessed or overly forward, and the treble has just enough sparkle without ever sounding edgy, harsh, or sibilant, at least for my tastes. Technical performance is pretty impressive too. It doesn't quite have the visceral slam of a Focal or an Odyssey, but I actually prefer its bass over the softer and bouncer presentation of the Hi-Fi Man egg-shaped cans. The real highlight for me though is the mid-range. It's smooth, almost buttery in a way I usually associate with much more expensive headphones. Whether I'm listening to Eagles, Air Supply, Diana Krall, Taylor Swift, or even some emo classics from back in the day, the D1 consistently delivered a mid-range that just sounded right to my ears. Soundstage and imaging are solid as well. They are wider than the HEDD 600 line and all the focals. Now it's definitely not a cheap headphone. It sells for around 58,000 pesos here in the Philippines, which is a bit above the $800 MSRP, but that's pretty understandable once you factor in import taxes and some other stuff. I also really like how it looks. It sounds weird to say, but it just looks like a headphone. It's got this understated utilitarian design that stands out in a market full of modern looking cans. The D1 just looks like your traditional headphone from maybe a decade ago. I like the headphone enough that I have briefly considered buying it, and I haven't bought a headphone in over 2 years. Maybe I should just wait for the urge to pass.